Today, I kind of want to start with the hypno-channeling and what is hypno-channeling and what can we do with that? What can we find out with hypno-channeling, this kind of modality? So basically, Naomi developed a unique method called hypno-channeling readings, and this is by kind of hypnotizing a channel, another person like me or the client, and then Naomi will guide, for example, me into a deep hypnotic state to channel any kind of spirits or higher self or the client's kind of related people, like pretty much anything or anyone that they want to find out more about with good intentions. So, for example, it could be their kind of a newborn child, their spouse, siblings, friends, pets, and even past loved ones or beings from higher realms, such as Jesus, Buddha, Moses, or even extraterrestrials. So this transformative process really kind of reveals the truth and message from the higher realm to help you find out what is really going on behind your challenges. For example, it could be relationship problems or problems with family members, or if you want to find out your newborn child, what is their purpose of coming into this family, and could be about your life's purpose and helping you understand the root cause of your symptoms. So like after the session, if you're interested, you can also try QHHT, which is quantum healing hypnosis, to receive a deeper healing and to totally transform your life on a profound level. Okay, and you want to know about the process? It's first of all, Naomi would kind of hypnotize me, and then she would invite the energy to channel through my body. And once the energy is here, Naomi would ask and identify to establish the communication and who is here. And if you're doing if you kind of book a hypno-channeling reading session with a channeler, so you can also sit there and ask your own relevant questions. And during the process, the channel's response will come from the energy being channeled instead of their own awareness. And really, the goal is to help clients receive accurate and relevant answers about their career, relationships, life purpose, and all that. And we have a example over here, and we really post a lot of the hypno channeling sessions on YouTube that we done privately about extraterrestrials, about any kind of spiritual challenges or life challenges. First of all, we have several topics that we wrote over here. So first, you can use hypno channeling to explore about yourself and who are you exactly. If you cannot get into the hypnosis states by yourself, this is a wonderful alternative for you to ask questions to the channeling. For example, your higher self or your energy, your soul. So, for example, you can uncover the depths of your self-acceptance, like why are you facing certain challenges, for example? What is the true lesson? What is the lesson that you need to learn by experiencing this certain type of problem? And it could be also if you want to get some guidance from your soul family, your higher self, your spirit guides, guardian angels. And if you're wondering about your soul's purpose or career path, or really why are you here on Earth at this particular time? And if you're facing any kind of mental or emotional challenges, right? It could be, for example, like anxiety and depression. If you're feeling that for no reason, you really don't know why you're feeling this way. It could be from past lives that we would never know without doing hypnosis or hypnochanneling. Like we were never thought that, oh, a problem in this life could have stemmed from past lives. It could be an unlearned lesson from past lives that kind of we choose to learn in this life again. So any kind of challenges that we're facing, if you don't know the reason why, this could be a really good way to find out. And for example, why did you choose your family in this life? It could be a very unexpected reason. And if you are facing a lot of family issues, this could be an opportunity to find out what is the real cause, like why did you choose this family? Because it's always your choice. Everything that happens had a reason, and we chose our family, our friends, the people that we meet, for us to experience and learn something. And we can also, if you're curious about the Akashic records, the channel can also, Naomi can also bring the channel to your Akashic records and kind of unveil where do you come from in the cosmic, and perhaps your twin flame, and unveil the mysteries of your past lives or soulmates. So this is the part about personal problems. And in addition to mental health challenges, if you're experiencing any kind of physical challenges too, we can use hypnochanneling to find out why you're experiencing these kind of physical challenges, such as diabetes, PTSD, or anxiety disorder, insomnia, like if you have any kind of phobias, really. For example, I was really afraid of animals for like really no reason. I'm not sure why. I've never been chased by a dog or anything like that, but I just had an innate fear for any kind of animals. So after I kind of did a hypnosis session, I found out that one of my past lives, really, I was killed by a lion when I was still a baby in the land, like somewhere in Africa, I think. So like that can be something from that happened in my past life can be carried over to this life. It's something that I choose to learn, right? For example, getting over that fear, that phobia of animals, and right? Having a better relationship with other species on Earth. Okay, and we can also uncover the root cause of your kind of bipolar disorder, autism, ADHD, OCD, trauma, and those are actually through hypnochanneling we found those are really similar type of issues, even though they have different names in human language. But really, the reason for these kind of physical issues are very, very similar. And you can find out why you're experiencing this through hypnochanneling. I think the next part is you can also receive spiritual guidance and divine messages from ascended masters such as Buddha, or archangels, or Jesus and Moses. So if you want to connect with those energies, you have some questions for them. You can also use channeling to do that. And also, we often kind of through hypnochanneling find out the truth behind historical or unsolved mysteries, such as the MH370 and why it kind of disappeared. So we have a lot of those videos up on YouTube, kind of revealing the truth of a lot of airplane crashes where missing people, or kind of sudden deaths of or disappearances of a lot of these famous people that we know. And for example, also about the Bermuda Triangle mysteries, or even kind of mysteries in the past, like why, like what is the truth behind them. And often there is a spiritual message that we have that is trying to tell us through these kind of incidents. And without hypnochanneling, like the human mind could have never thought, what is the truth?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. I just want to add, not add, just, I think as what Tina said, because we did many this type of hypnochanneling sessions. So the session can be through either this person who is interested to explore, or the session can be through another channel, or you can call channeler, who can be hypnotized by me, and then right, we can invite the energy or the soul, the higher self, spirit guides to come through that person's body, either come through that person's, the channel's body, or right, the person who likes to explore your own body. The difference may be because if you use another channel, then you can ask more questions, the questions that you prepared, but if you want to be the channel, and then the questions will be, right, something that you can give to me. But I will not just read your questions, because it will not work too well. I will kind of look at it and integrate them, and then use my own words to ask appropriate questions. So let's say today, after this live stream, we are going to have a channeling session, hypno channeling session, and this person, the client, prefers to use another, right, channel's body. And I did mention to her that you can, right, also be hypnotized. So it does not make that much difference, but I would say if you want to receive healing, let's say, right? That's another way that we can use hypnochanneling to, let's say, if you have certain blockage or trauma, right? You want to release those negative emotions. So I will strongly recommend you, right, be the channel, because I can use, right, how to say, the healing places in the universe that you need to feel the healing energies come through your body. And I think that's all I want to mention. And Tina, if you have anything else, otherwise we can also switch to the next step.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. And yeah, that reminds me I have to add the part about kind of receiving healing to this page, because we just recently had a channeling session, kind of finding out why the client experiencing extreme back pain, till the point that he couldn't be hypnotized himself. So he needs to use hypnochanneling as a method to find out what is the root cause of that pain and what can he do to release it or um, make himself feel better, and what is his purpose really. And um, so that is one way um, to use hypnochanneling to receive healing and get clarity on your challenges. Yes,
Yes, and actually this client, he was very pleased because I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick. So he feels that without hypnochanneling, there's no way for him to find out that what is the root cause. The cause actually is not something negative, right? And sometimes we are not aware about certain energies in that person's body needs to be released. It's actually lights. See, this client, he carries the sun's energy, which is very powerful, right? So this energy needs to be released. And because he was not aware, right? If you're not aware, you wouldn't know what to do. So that was the reason for the pain, because the energy needs to do everything to come out, because this energy not only needs to be released, is because he carries this energy for other people to feel his energy and to be inspired, to be energized. See, that is, in a way, his purpose. See, so it's a very positive thing. Yeah, and so I just feel this modality has unlimited potential, and the possibilities are endless. And no one, so far I know, is using this way to unfold, right, secrets of the universe, or secrets of human life, or secrets of your, right, curiosity. Whatever you like to learn, to explore, you can, right? This is, in a way, is a shortcut to know, to not to be misled, right? Let's say if you feel, maybe I have a ghost in my apartment, in my house, and most people, right, will feel that's something negative, right? The ghost, this entity, is trying to hurt me, hurt my family. That's not all. That's almost never the case from my experience channeling those entities. You see, because they are lost, they are very sad, and they don't know what to do. And right, just because, let's say, your energy matched their energy, not all the time, but the time when they came, It's something, either the energy from of the house, or energy of that person or someone, right, in that house. And then they, right, are not supposed to be there. They know that, but they couldn't get out. See, so using hypnochanneling, I can help this entity, this lost soul, to go through the transition, to transform, to change, right, their form, and to help this entity to go to the place, right, they belong to. Yeah. So this is something very, how to say, in a way, it's nothing scary or negative, right? Because we're doing something to help them. You see, right? No one just enjoys hurting other people. That's not the reason they're there. You see, sometimes they feel the person maybe can help them. See, we don't know the truth. We don't know. We cannot, right, communicate with them. But using this way, I can and you can hear, right? What is the truth? Yeah.
And like we've done some channelings about these kind of paranormal events, and yeah, like the ones that I've channeled, at least I feel like they're definitely not something like scary or trying to hurt other people. Either they can be very playful, or they feel some sort of existence, or feel very lost in this realm.
Right.
So the channeling, we can kind of guide them or help them to go to the place where they like in the universe, where they belong to, um, which is not in this realm. So um, sometimes I feel like very emotional, like channeling them, because they are often very lost, and they can say, I can say like perhaps they don't want to be here, but then they don't know how to um, leave, or they still feel some resistance to leaving.
And yes, because Tina, you were the channel, so you were feeling what they were feeling, right? And how to say, right? From the right, look at the bigger picture. There's nothing in the universe is we can call them negative, bad, because there's no such thing. And only from the human's perspective we can say, oh, this is not something I prefer. But they are there also for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. So, right, if we do not see things as a negative, then we're not going to have, right, this emotions of fear. See, the fear is a low vibrational frequency, so that will only attract like energy, right? So if you are afraid, then you are kind of calling them to come to your house, to come to your body. Sometimes the people even feel there's something in their body. That is, in a way, I would say, your soul, on the soul level, you agreed to experience this. So you cannot just feel, I want to get rid of this. Naomi, just do everything to right, release this energy. I don't want it. That is basically is a type of resistance. See, we have to acknowledge, allow, right? Not forever, but and with no fear. Because when you're allowing, you are not resisting. What resists persists. It does not work. And that is something I want to emphasize. So we need to trust and be positive as much as possible, and say, okay, what I'm supposed to learn from this. And with that attitude, it's easier for us to have this conversation with the entity, instead of have this negative, this resisting emotions towards it. Yeah. And so, I think that's something, if people like to ask more questions, so we can have one, one day, we can just focus on, questions and answers regarding this. And Kina, maybe we can channel certain things I was thinking about related to open contact. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and all the way to your fingers. There's nothing for you to think about or worry about. You are here and now. With each breath, you are going deeper and deeper. And when I say purple grass, purple grass, you go to the deepest. And any energy that needs to come through will have no blockage. Now, I like to invite, I think maybe Joshua is the most appropriate energy, since you're the dream interpreter and also dream healer. So I like to ask that yesterday I twisted my ankle, and it was bad. But before I went to sleep, I said I like to heal myself. And today I don't feel that much. I think it's a miracle. So either Joshua or the appropriate energy can come through when I count to 3. 1, coming through this body. 2, and 3. Hello. Yes, am I speaking with Joshua? Oh, very good. And I have other things I'd like to ask you at a different time, but if you can let me know what happened in my dream last night. Did I do some healing, or did I receive healings? Yeah. With? No. So why? So is this, let's say, right, we're going to say this person's name. Okay, we don't have to say the name. So this person, so let's say I had this incident happen, is because we planned to do this? And I fell? What was the purpose? On the safe side. I see. So, okay, but why? Right, I feel pretty okay today. So, what happened when I was sleeping? Uh-huh. Oh, can you tell me how does this energy know me? Or oh. So, yeah, I feel it's not normal that I don't feel much pain, um, like last night. So, can you tell me that a couple years ago, when I was in a different school, and that day, I think I had twisted same part, even the right ankle, and that time I think it became like a kind of black and blue. But the next day was I went to the clinic, and they gave me crutches that night. But the next day, everything was fine. That was different energy for different reason. Oh, so can you tell me? Oh, but at that time, um, okay, let's say we were playing different game. Mm, I see. So I don't understand. Is- Why we need to play a game for years? Mm, really? So yeah, it's a game, right? But yeah, so this is just like we're gonna continue doing this. Mm, mm. So this is on the soul level. So I understand that and makes sense. So in general, let's say this is a some sort of connection, right? Or you say relationship. Um, but let's say in this lifetime, we feel okay. So are we going to keep doing this, or we? So so let's say if two people have connections, so they also on the soul level they're playing some games, or is there some sort of ending, or I don't know. Because let's say if me and Tina were friends, right, we do things together, um, and that's also on the soul level. You can say we're playing some games. Hmm. So we do this with everyone that we, let's say, have certain relationship with? Mhm. Interesting. So let's say with the parents, it's a different type of game as well. I see. So can we say either we can say a game or a show? Mm. And so if this is the case, right, anyone we know, anyone we interact with, we're doing that. It's just a different, right, type of games or shows with a script or without script, with a different scripts. So, but on the human level, what have so so do we write the scripts when we are here? Let's say when we're sleeping or anytime. But there is a purpose for the game, yeah, and or there's doesn't have to be a purpose. We just want to feel there's a purpose. Mm. Mhm. But can be just for fun or just to for experience. Mm. Right, right. And so let's say this energy, this energy is there. Can I find out where the energy is from, or why the energy does this, or the energy would do this for certain people? Yeah, Akuma. Is this male, female, or no genderless? Hmm. Okay. And so let's say, how do I know this energy? Is there such thing? Uh-huh. But also, I don't know if I can ask you about this getting sick. I feel that day the client, his first name is Paul. So when he came, and I felt I was getting worse. So do you know what's going on with this symptom? Oh, and so I feel so. So how does that work? So I can let his energy, some certain of his energy, to be released and to go through the portal. Uh-huh. But why I need to get sick? Can I get used to this? Uh-huh. Right. And I feel I'm sick, but not too sick. Uh, it's not the same like when you catch a cold. So, is there any tips for me to get better soon? Mm. Okay. So let's say next time, but this does not happen, or yeah, does not happen each time with the different clients. So why with Paul? Uh-huh. I see. I see. Because when I was with him, I really made intention that I like to help him. Yeah, that also matters. Mm, I see. So another question regarding the game with this person, and anything else you can let me know. I kind of saw him in my dream. I don't know what he was doing. It seems like he was trying to protect, um, and I feel the energy with him. Let's say yesterday, last night was different, almost like we're family. Mm. But before this happened, I cannot see energies, but I can feel the energy. I felt that type of feeling, like it's a family. We're family. We know each other, or we know each other for a long time, and we just understand each other. Mm. Can you tell me one more thing? Is a few days ago, I felt it's like a classroom, but maybe not. But it's like wood floors. We're laying down and just holding hands. My left hand, I was holding his hand, and right hand, I feel, oh, there's someone else, but I don't know this person. And but we're fine. What was going on? Yeah. I, but are you saying this is a person or a being, or it's gonna show up one day? Mm. And I feel it's like white color, and the other person's color is green. The one that I know on the left side and on the right side, but we're not looking at each other, but we just feel it's pretty relaxing and peaceful. Mm. Are we going to? Uh-huh. Are we going to do anything? I don't know. Yeah, after the person, I don't know, person or being showed up. I see. Very good. And I really appreciate every time when you come through, and everything you said makes sense. And I also really appreciate Akuma's healing. And I hope, I say, maybe I also can, this cold, like being sick, maybe also can be healed if I make intention. Uh-huh. I see. Um, Very good. So I'm going to talk to you again soon, next time. And so now I like to have Tina to come back when I count to 3. 1, you're coming back very nicely. 2, almost here. And 3, coming back, feeling wonderful all over again. And we thank you for everyone for joining us. I'm gonna stop sharing. And Tina, you have anything you want to say? Yeah. And it's amazing. This Akuma. Oh, okay. I just muted. So I said, right, it was amazing. Akuma, the healing energy. And yeah, everything. See, this is another way using hypnochanneling to find out why you can miraculously get healed. Because it doesn't make sense. Last time was a couple years ago. I twisted the ankle and I couldn't walk. And I went to city MD and they give me 2 crutches. So that means it's pretty bad. And the next day, the next morning, I was like nothing happened. And that night, I I got crutches and then I took a Uber to go home. See? And today is about the same. What does? No, I see. I I learned, and this is something I like to share. Recently, this is the biggest realization. It's not something new, but something that I truly understand. Is no matter what, right? Everything happens in our life happens for a reason and happens for us and through us. So if we resist, and we might say, okay, I understand, but do we really understand what's resisting? Resisting can be many different things. Can be you tell people what to do, right? You say you need to, you have to do this, you shouldn't do that. How can you do that? This is not good for you. Don't do that. Those are resisting to other people's growth or resisting to other people's freedom for them to learn their lesson in their own way, not your way, not my way. And that's also resistance. What else? Let's say if something happened or you meet with someone and then we gossip, right? After that, we say, oh, I don't like that person. That is type of resistance because you wouldn't meet with that person for no reason. So you can, let's say if we don't like that person, we don't, right? That's not someone we like to have a conversation with, let's say. So instead of feeling, I don't like this person, I don't like this meeting, I don't like this conversation, instead of, right, using the mind to come up with that, and you just say, okay, right, this person's different, is kind of interesting. Yes, that's a very good word. You can say he or yeah, he and she, right? Oh, she's interesting. There's nothing wrong saying that, right? He is interesting. Or we don't have to say and just say, okay, okay. And you don't have to meet with that person again. You don't. But let's say that person bumped into you. You say hi, right? Then you don't have to say too much. If that person is your neighbor, same, right? If you every time you see that person, you say hi, and you don't have to talk any more than that, right? If this person is your classmate, is your co-worker, same thing, right? So we don't, I feel like why I make such a big deal out of that, right? We don't have to resist that person because it doesn't work. It makes things worse. Yeah. And also when we have that resistance, the other person will feel it. And the other person will act a certain way. And usually it's the way we don't prefer. And then you have this even stronger, right? Negative emotions towards that person. So see, especially, right? Let's say romantic relationship, we resist very often. Like, why you're doing this? Why you're doing this again? Why you don't do another way? Right? So those sentences are type of resistance. So what we can do? Use different sentences. See, I want to have this kind of a workshop with Tina, right? Because it's so important. It's not just romantic relationship, any relationship, right? So let's say we don't feel that's right. Let's say the person is very messy, it doesn't not organize, or right, and we have to really practice what to say to get the message out, but it's not telling that person what to do, what not to do, because that's interference. Yeah, it doesn't matter that person is your child, right? You just say, maybe you can do this way, or I would like you to do this way. What do you think? Right? There are many sentences we can use, but not you should, not why don't you do this way. It's become a habit because we did not learn this, and I used to resist everyone, like everything is natural. This is me, and I'm telling people I'm being myself. Yes, right, but not the, how to say, being yourself is not keep resisting other people. That's See, so being yourself, you can say, but that's how I feel, right? You can say that. But I will say, okay, I understand what you're saying, but your true nature is not this way. So you're being your personality, you're being your ego. See? Right? So we can do better than that. Because if you are just acting as, right, as this physical personality, then okay, I'm not saying this is the worst, but we're not learning what are we supposed to learn. And that thing, matter, issue, challenge will happen again in a different form. And do you, right, and then you keep resisting, right? Let's say if you don't have the awareness, you'll keep resisting. And then what will happen? I did channel. It will become blockage. And you feel stuck. You feel nothing is working out. See? So let's not, right, accumulate blockage. Right? So this is something, yes, we can learn without knowing, right? But if you, and sometimes for me, I wouldn't know for a long time, and I feel I'm very reactive, which is not the best state of being. I feel I have no control. I'm just reacting. I cannot control my anger, right? And I feel maybe that's it. This is the way it is. But today, it's not I'm controlling. I don't need to control because I understand. So the anger wouldn't even rise. It wouldn't rise the same way like before. Right? So, yeah. And I used to be very impatient. Right? So I wouldn't know the true reason. Maybe I was thinking I think fast. I think faster than other people. So it's natural for me to act this way. No. Because that is also a type of resistance. You're not accepting other people the way they are. But how do you know? Let's say this person is is not very fast with this matter, but they can be very, very good at something else. Right? For sure. So then what? They should be impatient with me? Judge is a resistance. It's saying you are this. You are this, but not that. Right? You're this way. I see you this way. So it doesn't feel like resistance, but it is. It's a hidden type of resistance. You're not accepting that person for sure. You're not allowing. Because if you're allowing, you wouldn't judge. See? So it's very not obvious. So that's why I feel it's a big shift for me when I really understand this. So when I see things, right, I don't prefer, I act so much better. Better is because I realize that, okay, I'm not going to resist this matter or this person. That realization is there. So let's say when someone is right on the street driving, right, or not giving me the way, let's say I'm biking, and this is very familiar. I will get upset, I will say something, but the other day, the car is not right? It's just trying to make me feel I should go the other way and let him get his way. So I just look at him without any expression. And I can feel the shift. It's not I'm looking at him because I'm angry. I just kind of, right? How to say? It's saying, okay, you know what I mean because you're not doing the right thing. But I'm not, right, making an angry face or saying any words, but I'm just looking at you and I think you understand what I'm trying to say. And he really, he had no choice but to let me go first. But this time I can feel I was not angry and he was not that angry either. See? He might not be happy, but I did not um, do something to trigger his anger. It's just I give him the message. Look, you are the car, right? And we're on the street and you supposed to give me the way because I'm not blocking him, right? If you don't have towards someone, and that it's very difficult for that person to feel angry. You see, let's say you, right? Someone is doing something wrong, right? And you just look at that person with no expression, but neutral, right? You can imagine this person might stop if it's obvious he or she is not doing the right thing, right? To give the message, yeah. But the message is not you shouldn't do this. And the message is you know what you're doing. Do you think that this is something that serves you? Let's say to your child or spouse or right, partner. We can do that. But this is in person. If it's not in person, let's say a person did something and you're not with that person, so the message, you can send the message, right? But this message is not you shouldn't do this. Is you can talk about how you feel. I feel sad. I feel unhappy, right? Because this is right something we talk about, right? But not you shouldn't or you're supposed to. It's how you feel, not you are blaming, accusing. But let's say I'm the employer, and to my employee, people say, "Oh, that's does not make sense." The same way. See, you don't lose respect because you, right, use those words. Yes, you wouldn't say right. I'm sad. You wouldn't say that. You would say, right? What do you think? Right? This is something we talked about last time, right? And this is not the way, right? Because this is going to cause trouble, right? If you come up with this kind of report. So what do you think you can do? Right? Do we have anything to lose? No. They were, right? This person will be respected more. If you talk to your child that way, it's same thing, because it looks like you have power, right? You have something that you could say, you shouldn't do that. But no, don't say that way. And talk to the child, because it's a soul. You say, what do you think? Right? You, as I did not clean up the toys. What do you think? Is this good? Better than if you do? Because if I, right, don't clean anything, I just let everything, right, I throw clothes on the floor, right, my stuff, my keys, my wallet, my bag on the, right, everywhere, right? Do you like that? Right? You always can ask questions and say, so I want to talk to you again about this. It doesn't matter if it's a child, they understand. No punishment. This is something, you see, I did not think about this until this conversation, but that's not the way to make people change. That's a forcing, right? And you just say, okay. So let's say worst case, you can stop talking, but you don't have an angry face. But that person might be more concerned when you stop talking. Yeah, let's say a child, right? But not too long, not for days. No, right? For maybe a couple hours, for long enough for him or her to realize. Right? Yes, we can keep trying, but not telling that person what to do, what not to do. That is the key. Yeah. See, punishment never, right. Because the punishment itself shows that you have no power, right? You have to use force, right? So not just to children, to partners, right? People punish each other by, right, doing different kind of things. It's never good. Worst case, you can be quiet, or you can, right, separate. You go to your place. I always feel, right, if it's couple, it's, I always feel they should have a two apartment, or at least a two bedrooms. Yeah, right. It's not always good that in the same space. Yeah, I know it's right, not something that everyone can afford, but at least you need to have a separate space for yourself, right? Cool down, and just and but no anger. It shouldn't be anger, right? This the kind of emotions in the room, in this house. Yeah. Or sometimes it's just right, a joke. I know that's not easy, because when you're not happy, come up with, right, joke, right? People say, I don't know how to do that. But sometimes really that can be the best way. It's, right, to open people's heart, because it's more open. Jokes is making things, right, how to say, instead of close up, it's open up. Yeah, because laugh is the best medicine for everything, for anything. Yeah, right. If I make you laugh, how much you can be upset with me, right? Right. So okay, right? So we can have a different workshop. And I really feel the relationship is something that it's the hardest on earth. Yeah, because you have no control. Yeah, and so we try to, yeah, because we try to control people because we know we have no control. But because you have no control, so you don't do that because that shows you have no control. But of course, right? It's not about showing what. It's what is how we can, I see sometimes I don't know what to say about this. But you cannot live by yourself. You are, right, interacting with many different type of people all the time. Do we know what's the best way? And sometimes we just become people pleasers because they feel like, oh, it's too hard, right? I better just listen to them. No, that is, how to say, not being who we are. Then you lose relationship with yourself. That's everything that we're right here to not to do is not to be, no matter what happens, we still have to be our authentic self. But then if we do that and oh, but I'm not happy, right? So this is very hard. It's very hard for anyone, myself included. But it's very, right, worth it for us to keep learning. Learning is like growing because we want to have good, pleasant relationship with everyone, but not to please them. Okay, so hopefully next time when we do this live stream, that'll be better. So I will talk to you, right, everyone, on Tuesday. All right, so you can. Yeah, thank you. Stop.